In this video, I'll be going over how to use voicemail drops in Batch Dialer the correct way and everything you need to know to make sure you're doing it properly. You don't want to miss this. Welcome to Batch TV. My name is Landry Morby, and my main goal for these videos is to share simple tips and tricks you can easily start applying to your own business. For those of you that are unfamiliar, a voicemail drop is basically an audio recording that you can set up within Batch Dialer and use when a contact doesn't answer and you hit their voicemail box. Having this ability is so vital when you're trying to get through a long list of calls and don't want to leave them manually. But there's a lot more that goes into it than you might think, so I'm here to set the process straight and share all the do's and don'ts. So let's get started. Alrighty, so here we are in my Batch Dialer account. And the first place I'm going to go, just so that it's a super simple process for you to follow, is going to my profile in the top right hand corner. And then I'm going to go to settings, and this is in the admin account, by the way. So if you're an agent and you want to do something like this within your account, you can ask your admin about it and have them set it up. So I'll go to my settings, and then there are two different places that you can essentially set this up, but you really just need to focus on one. You could do it in voicemail or audio library. Both places allow you to record an audio clip so that you can attach it later. So, and you can always find all of your audio clips here as well, whether you're setting up an inbound call queue and want to make a personalized voicemail for that or for a voicemail drop. So I'll go to voicemail just to keep that super simple and go to new voicemail in the top right hand corner. And then let's just name this. Let's say I want to put voicemail drop with my name on it. Let's do voicemail drop to complete that. So the great thing about this, being an admin, you could have all of your agents, if you wanted to, send you an audio recording, and then they could all have their personalized voicemail drops for when they hit somebody's voicemail box, or it could also be for the incoming calls. So if you want to personalize those for your agents and have their voice on those, you can absolutely add as many as you want. So we'll just keep this pretty straightforward. Do my name, and then I'm just going to add my email address for delivery, and then you'll go to add new for the recording. And let's just name this once again, voicemail drop with my name on it. And then here I can upload an audio file if I already have one, or I can just go to record an audio clip right here and get that done. And then I could also do text to speech. I recommend doing an audio recording just so that it's more personal and you have your actual voice in here, just so it's not robotic sounding, but you can do that as a last resort if you need to. So I'll go to record audio, and you'll just click the record button, finish through. It is recording at this time. So when you finish, making it super generic, by the way, that's a huge tip, because you don't want to be talking or try to put a name in there or try to even put a callback phone number like you normally would, like call me back at 480-555. You're going to keep it super straightforward for anything that's going to be voicemail dropping for your contacts. So like, hey, this is Landry with, business name LLC. I'm trying to reach you about your property. Give me a call back when you can. Super generic and straightforward. So I'll go ahead and stop. And that whole time it recorded me, so you can listen back to it just by pressing the play button to make sure everything sounds good. And then you'll click save. Okay, so in this case, I'm going to be dropping this into people's voicemail when they miss my call. Now, the reason I brought up do's and don'ts is because there's multiple things you want to make sure that you have set up within your campaign and things of that nature. And you may think that the voicemail drop works one way, but there's much more that goes into it. So I want to make that super clear. So we're going to go after saving this recording, and I can also go to my audio library to refer back to that anytime. So I'll go over to my phone system now, and then I'll go down to call results. So right here, I'm going to go and create my own. Right now I have a bunch that are just ungrouped. So let me just open this up so you can see this. Now, if you are unfamiliar, what a call result is basically if you get off the phone with somebody or they don't answer, basically after you disconnect from a contact or a phone call. So you're basically leaving an outcome, a result of that call. every single call that you have in Batch Dialer will have one of these. So don't overthink these. It could just be for do not call. If somebody said they want to be taken off your list, you'd put them on your DNC or do not redial so that you don't contact them again in the future. Or maybe the call went super well and you want to put successful sale on that and push that contact or that lead now to your CRM. So these help you do things and automate things to be way more proficient and productive within your account. So I'm just going to click on new call result and create that. And I'm going to keep this straightforward. You can add a bunch of different settings in here if you'd like to, but I'm going to keep this just matching up with what I did earlier with voicemail drop Landry, and then I'll set it as active. And you can use a number group. So when you're purchasing phone numbers in Batch Dialer, you can group them up, maybe by area code or market. Like I have a Phoenix and, Delaware phone numbers grouped. I could connect them to something specific if I wanted to, but I'm just going to skip over that so I can use them in multiple scenarios. You could also connect it to a campaign that you've already created, but we're going to skip that as well because you don't have to, and just so that I can use this in a wider range. So then for the call result group, if you have previously set up a group, you can connect that here. Once again, I'm just going to skip over this to make it super simple. And then I will make sure that the box is checked for displaying on new campaign page. So every time I'm creating a new campaign, I want this to be visible. And then here are the rules. So you have some basics, like if you don't want to redial just the contact or just the phone number, or if you want to add the contact or just that phone number to your DNC. And then you can also mark it as a lead and push it to an email. But for the voicemail drop, we'll go to add new rule, where you can also schedule a callback. We're going to do send voicemail. You can add it to a campaign or a list as well. So with send voicemail, you'll see that populate at the bottom. And we're going to go ahead and select that recording. And if you didn't set this up previously in your audio recordings or your voicemail section in settings, you can definitely create one here. So I'll go to grab my voicemail drop with my name on it. I can listen to it to make sure that this is the right one before I hook it up, and then click save. So let's also choose a button color so that we can differentiate this as well. Okay, perfect. And save that. So there we go. So that is saved, and you're going to be able to see that within my ungrouped section after I just reload my page, and now that's been saved. So there you go. I have a couple different examples here, but I have my voicemail drop Landry M with my audio recording attached to it that I'm going to use. So one of the don'ts with the voicemail drop, you might be thinking initially that all you have to do is just use the voicemail call result that's already defaulted into your account. So then there is my voicemail drop with my name on it and attached. I have another example here as well, but this has my audio on that, and I'm going to be using that. So now going into my campaigns, something that I want to make very clear to make sure that this is working properly, there is a couple settings, and I'm just going to skim to the important part for the voicemail drop, but you can definitely go to Batch TV to check out all of our other videos on how to set up campaigns if you haven't done that yet, and advanced configuration, all of the deeper stuff you can definitely find on our channel. So I'll go to edit this campaign just to show you, and we're just going to skip over this stuff. So we are going to be paying attention to two spots in your campaigns when you're going to be using the voicemail drop. Number one is your call results. You'll make sure that you are connecting it to that campaign so that you can utilize it when you end a call, so that you basically have that outcome available to use. So I'll go to my voicemail drop Landry M, and I have that connected. So this is the one that has my audio recording and everything. And then you're also going to be in advanced configuration, and make sure that you have, if you're in the predictive dialer, you'll have the option. Obviously in preview dialer, you'll be defaulted to be able to leave a voicemail since you're just doing each call one at a time. But we're just going to go down to this just to give you a visual, is the answering machine detection. So once again, if you are in the preview dialer, you won't see this section just because it's default to leave that voicemail already, because you're doing one call at a time. You're taking your time to look at the information before you click that call button. But with the predictive dialer, where the system is calling for you, you'll see this option down here, and you want to make sure that it's unchecked, because if you have this checked, Batch Dialer will filter out all of the answering machines so that you're only talking to real people, but then that takes that opportunity away for you to leave those voicemails. And the reason that's so beneficial is so that if people don't recognize your phone number, they're not always likely to give you a call back until they see some sort of voicemail, seeing that it's a real person and that you're not trying to just reach out about their car's unlimited warranty. So I'm going to just keep that unchecked. I have that in my call results right up here. And I'm going to make sure that's connected to my campaign and everything's set up. Now, the very last thing with this to make sure that you're doing it properly is that you have to make sure that you hear the voicemail on the call. So if you just hear the voicemail and you click the wrong call result that doesn't have your audio recording connected to that, then it's not going to do that properly. And same thing with, it's not going to do it for you. So basically, if you're thinking that it will just leave your voicemail drop, it's going to work manually. So as you can see, there are a lot of different things that go into leaving a voicemail drop properly within Batch Dialer, but once you have it set up and you've made sure that you're doing it correctly in your campaigns as well, it's super easy to do, and you can make sure that you're reaching those people even when they don't pick up the phone. Thank you so much again for joining us on Batch TV today. I hope this was super helpful and you can start leaving those voicemails without feeling like it's taking up too much of your time. If you have any questions at all or just want to let us know what you'd like to see in the future, leave us a comment below and don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and turn on those notifications.